Oh no, don't record it with me.
That's being called. It's a special call tonight.
Oh, I know. I didn't really want to look like this, to be honest. So there we go.
You look absolutely fine. It's the beauty of it, isn't it? You can be the towel head
Yeah.
CEO. Amazing. So, guys, thanks so much for jumping on. There's obviously less of us at the moment, but I'm pretty sure we'll get some people jumping on as we always do. But just wanted to say, I hope you've had a great week. I'd love to know in the comments, give me a win for the week. Here's Karis. Hello, darling. Lovely to see you on. Hi, Laura. Hi, Amy. Hi, Gail. Hi, Shafina. So, yeah, it's just a really nice small number of us this evening. So we're going to have a bit of a special call tonight because there's a reason for that. But I'd just love to know in the chat box, put your wins for the week. I'd love you to share what's been positive for you this week. I've literally just got an order coming in and she wants everything. So I'm very excited. She's been watching for a while. So that is my win for the week. I've had a couple of orders as well. I don't know if I can't remember when I got announced either, but I got announced for the Moneymaker in March and so did Shaf. So congratulations, Shafina. You got announced for the Moneymaker in March incentive, which is amazing. Congratulations. That's super, super. Gail said, did an opportunity call today, which was amazing. And I just wanted to talk to you about this actually. Just wanted to give you a massive shout out, Gail, because I know that you were nervous about it. But Gail decided it was time to take some action. And a few weeks ago, Amy and I decided to start doing fit girl calls on a Sunday. So I duplicated this with Gail today and we did the Women's Pact, and that's Gail's brand. And we had me, Gail, two teamies and one new lady on. And that might not be a lot of people, but do you know something? John always says to me, you only need one person, Millie. You only need one person. And this woman, she was sitting there taking notes. She was asking questions. She's from Poland. And she voice noted Gail afterwards in tears saying thank you so much. She was talking about people that she knew that she was going to sign up, so you just never know. So it's a really duplicatable system. Maria, I am loving your hair. Oh my god,
It's gorgeous.
You've gone blonde. I love it. And bobbed.
Yeah, shorter, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks so nice. Love it. Beautiful. So this is a really duplicatable system. And what is so good about this is you can get very on tribe. You don't have to do a massive opportunity event. You could literally get like, I'm happy to come on every call with you if you want my support, or obviously Amy and like Jeanette, like ask for support. Don't do it by yourself. Share your story. So the way that, Gail, do you want to jump on actually and just tell everybody just the structure and how we did it? I'd love you to share.
Of course, my darling. So first of all, how I found this girl was something that how I've never ever found anybody ever, and it's one to take notes and do. So I don't know if anybody else gets notifications that says so and so is attending, or so and so is interested in an event that you might be interested in, and it happened to be a job fair. So I went and messaged every single girl that put interested going to this job fair, and I said, oh, I can see you're attending a job fair. I may have something that you might be interested in. And that is how I found her. So if you go on to and just find like random job fairs, either in your area or just find them on Facebook, that's something else to branch out and like approach people as well. And I think it doesn't come across like you're like the usual, I think, because they're openly, obviously looking and searching and interested in finding work. So I went in completely nervous on this Zoom call today, and just we went for it, didn't we, Mills? And then I was really, really excited about it because I had this new girl and I wanted her to come on, and then I had lovely Karis, who's already in the team, and I had Liana came on, and it was really, really lovely. And even though it was a small like little gathering, which probably I would have preferred, it was just really, really lovely. And I was not expecting this girl to come on, have a notepad and a pen, and then ask up team questions afterwards. Was not expecting that. I literally just said to her, are you free at 4 o'clock to come on this call? I'd really appreciate your support. And she came on, notepad, pen, writing notes, ask questions. I was like, oh my god. And she's literally signing up next week, and I cannot bloody wait. But yeah, no, it's really, really good. And obviously you've got Millie there if you need me, and I'm sure any of the girls would be quite happy to jump on, share their story, share a snippet, or share, you know, even if you just said, oh, okay, we're going to hear from Amy, we're going to hear from Jeanette, just you know, what if you were to you know, name your favorite product, what would it be and why? Or if you could take one thing that you've got from the business, what would it be and why? And just, you could make it fun and like do little bits like that. I think we should start doing that maybe. And then yeah, I just think make it fun, get people on, don't be scared. It is scary, but don't be scared and just go for it. And I just literally just waffled on and waffled on and waffled on. I thought, do you know what, they know me, they know what I'm like, they know I'll waffle, and it turned out to be really, really good, didn't it?
It was so good. You smashed it as well. Like, I think you always surprise yourself that you're such a good speaker. I mean, everybody is. You can't get it wrong. It's really easy. Tell people they can work on their phone, get healthy, get paid for it, work with their friends. Super, super easy. You don't need to know the business in and out. So the way that we structured it was, Gail came on, she introduced herself, she introduced Women's Pact, which is her brand, what her mission is and what they do. And then I came on, shared my story, talked about the products, not too much in depth, but covered pretty much everything. I missed out the booster though, didn't I? Realised that at the end.
Next time.
It doesn't matter. And then Gail talked a bit more about the business. And then I bought my little whiteboard and had all of these bits written on it. And I'll take a photograph of this and stick it in the team group, but literally just like no boss, unlimited earnings, global opportunity, part-time hours, and talked through all of it. And I could see her scribbling down, and I could see her getting like closer to the screen. And it's just, you know, it's really simple. And I think we've got this formula now. And actually, like, all respect to John Holowati, but I'm really bored of the Monday night calls. And I think we need to change it up and do something different. So if you guys are up for it and you want to do a one-to-one opportunity with like me, if you want to invite me on to come and talk about the product or the business, then feel free. And remember, like, you don't need to have loads of people on. So Gail and I, we arranged it about a week ago, didn't we? We made a flyer and then you just put it on your social media, and we're going to do one again in 2 weeks. So it's almost like doing an opportunity event, but we're just doing it online for the time being. And then once we've got a good gathering of people, what we'll do is we'll put one on in Gail's local area, and then I'll go down there and then we'll put on a big event. So it's a really good way. It's like doing an in-home without having to go to people's homes, really. So it worked really well. And Ames and I did the same, and Ames had a sign-ups as well, didn't you, Ames? You had a really good outcome from the Fit Girl opportunities that we did. So really think about, well, who is your niche? And if you've got like, so for example, Amy's got lots of different niches. So she's got like wedding girls, she's got horsey girls, she's got fit girls, you know, there's so many different areas that you could cover. So, you know, you could do like one every day, literally, to get good at it. And, you know, we smashed it out in 34 minutes. So it wasn't even long. You know, imagine if you did that 3 times a day and you had 2 people on each and they all said yes. Like, it's huge. Like, it could really be something that, you know, could really change your businesses, guys. And it's really simple. And like I said, if you want me to come on with you, then I'm more than happy to support you. Talk about the products, you share your story. Then what's going to happen is you're going to get confident. You're going to get confident. You're going to start to understand and hear about the products more, which is so important. Like we always say, get on the opportunity calls to learn about the products. Like if you hear me speaking, you'll pick things up that I say, and I know things quite in depth, obviously because of my background. So really, it's learning in process. You know, we earn while we learn, right? So super good. So yeah, massive shout out to Gail. That was an amazing start to the day, afternoon today. So really well done. So does anybody else want to share their win for the week? Just in the comments, I'd love to know. Hi Sana, hi Jess, hi Kaylee for coming on. Thank you. It's good to see you girls. Does anybody else want to share anything? Hi Jessie, you okay there in the dark? Didn't see you there. Hope you're feeling better. Good. So guys, tonight what we're going to do is we're going to do something a little bit different. Ames and I decided, because tonight is a very special call, because our little Amy Turner here is only going to be an Amy Turner for 1 more week, and she's getting married next Wednesday, which is so exciting. And so we wanted to do a call tonight, and I just really wanted Ames to go a bit more in detail, a bit more depth about her story, and really, you know, how this business has been able to create the life that she lives, and how she's been able to have this, you know, wedding of her dreams that's coming up next week. And she's waited such a long time for this, such a long time. And so it's very exciting and very emotional for me as well, because, you know, I've known Ames for 9 years. We've worked together really closely, and we've, you know, been through the ups and downs of the business, and we've been all over the world together, and, you know, the best really is yet to come. And if it wasn't for Juice Plus, like, you know, we wouldn't know each other, and, you know, without Amy, where would I be? I wouldn't be where I am now. So massive thank you to Amy. So Ames, do you want to unmute yourself? Don't stop it, girl, I'm going to be crying my eyes out in a minute.
I am unmuted.
Yay, how are you? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. Very excited.
Yay, 1 week to go. Just think this time next week, you guys, we're not going to be here, we're going to be dancing the night away.
Oh my god, I know, it's crazy. The 7-day countdown is on.
Cool. So Ames, do you want to, like, just, I don't know, just flow with it, like, just tell us, you know, your journey from the beginning, how you started, where you were when you joined the business. Like, you know, I'm sure there's some things that you can share with us tonight that will be really inspiring, because you're just amazing. You know, and we'd love to know what brought you to where you are today and, you know, next week.
Thanks, Mills. So, such lovely words. Thank you so much. I just actually want to start off just by sharing. I've got a couple of wins I want to share first, because I just wanted to share this before I forget. Today I went for a massage, and so where I go for a massage, they've opened up this thing where they do cryotherapy and the float thing. And if you don't know what it is, a float thing is you go in this pod and you float in this water, and it's really cool. Anyway, I've been going for a while and built up quite a good relationship with the guy, and I just was, because like they also do like injections, like B12 injections and like vitamin C injections and stuff like that. And it just came to me today, and I was having a massage, and I just said, like, are you planning on doing anything with like supplements, nutrition or anything? And he's like, yeah, we are. He said he's talking to some people at the moment. And I was like, he was like, what? Because obviously he knows what I do. He watches my story every day. Because, you know, you get to see they're watching. And so I said, I'd love to share with you a bit more about, you know, these products that I'm partnered with. I said, I think that it would really align with you and your values. So anyway, I'm just really proud of myself for talking about it, and I'm just really excited, and I'm just visualizing, you know, him having like Juice Plus in his little the counter as you walk in, and I just think it's so in line with what he does there, because they're all about health, wellness, recovery. Like they have a lot of athletes go there, and also mental health as well. So he was like, well, get you know, after the wedding, he said, come in for a coffee and we'll sit down and we'll talk about it. And, you know, and I sort of said to him, you know, what supplements would you actually be looking to do here? He said, well, a really, really good multivitamin. And I was like, well, that'd basically be our Juice Plus capsules, like better than any multivitamin. And then like vitamin D and a probiotic. And I was like, well, we don't do the other two, but if you're looking for like the best multivitamin, then this is basically that. And I just said that it's, you know, it's whole food, it's backed by science, because I kind of think he's that kind of guy about sciencey stuff. Then I told him about the healthy starts of families, because he's got children. So it was just really good, and that's just something that I'm really excited about. And I think it's just, I have to, like with someone like that, I have to remind myself to be confident and to make sure that, you know, because then I mentioned about the omegas, and he was like, oh, I'm not a big lover of omegas and all this. He said they can be toxic, and I was like, but these are vegan. I was like, and he was like, oh, okay, so that's like, so yeah, there's less, so they're better. And I was like, yeah, exactly. So, you know, and I'm visualizing and manifesting and focusing on, you know, look, if I sit down and talk, you know, and I said this to him, I said, look, if I sit down and we go through this, and if you're like, it's not for you, I was like, that's cool. I was like, I don't want you to feel like there's any pressure. I said, but, you know, if you're open to sitting down and hearing about it, and if you think it's for you, great, you know, and there's something that you want to use yourself and then maybe have in your shop, great. If not, that's cool as well. I just love the opportunity to like sit down and talk to you about it. So I am definitely going to need to prepare myself for this meeting. And I was thinking what I might do is see if John Holowati will maybe like FaceTime in, because they're two guys that run this, and maybe I could arrange that. So I'm actually quite excited. Like, so he's like, wait till after the wedding. So I'm like, oh, God's sake, I've got to wait now till after the wedding. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a note of it, so I don't forget. This is so important. I'm actually going to put it in my diary that when I'm back from my mini moon, I'm going to follow up, and I'm going to get that coffee thing, you know, that I'm going to say, let's get in, let me come in for a coffee this week, and let's arrange this, because if I'm worried about leaving it too long, and I don't want it, you know, and he might, in the meantime, he might find another nutrition company he might want to go with. So I want to get on that quite quickly. So, you know, again, it just goes to show the power of getting out and about, like, when, you know, and it just reminded me actually of how I first started. Like, I used to like go to sunbed shops all the time. I don't anymore, but you know, I used to build relationships with the ladies on the counter, and they started letting me leave leaflets everywhere, and leaflets on tables for Juice Plus, and leaflets in every single like sunbed pod, you know. And it just reminded me of, you know, it just, again, like being able to get out and about. And I have recently started going to see like a new nail person because of the wedding. And again, it's so good sometimes to change up your appointments. I know that we always usually stick with like the same hairdressers and stuff, because I know that they're, you know, we know who we like, but sometimes it's actually really good to change things up and go see a new nail lady, or go start having an appointment somewhere, or go for a facial, or go for a massage or something, you know. And because you just get talking to people, guys, and I just thought that was really, really cool. So excited about that. I also got 2 orders this week, which I'm excited about, just from follow-ups, guys. So someone was the 30-day perform, and I've been following up. I swear I've been speaking to her since last month, but but it wasn't just like one follow-up. It's like follow-ups. And it's just about keeping in touch with people and going back to people. So, you know, I know that, you know, that we know that people are interested and they want it, but like we all know, and we talk about this all the time, but people get busy. So you've just got to remember to make sure you're writing down people's names, and make sure you're going back to people, you know, until they either say no or block you. Then you keep following up, okay? And whether it, you know, it's you don't want to be doing it all the time, but sort of every few weeks, every month, definitely. And just checking in with people it goes so far. So that's how I got my 2 orders this week, because at the start of this month, I started off really strong with team. I got 3 new team this month, but then I was like, I didn't get any orders yet. So I was like, right, I really want to finish this month now and get some more orders in. So that's sort of my main focus, to finish the month now with getting some orders. So I hope that that's kind of helped anyone. So just make sure that you are doing your follow-ups and go back to your list, especially as we come to the end of the month now, because it's so important, guys. You know, get you know, even just doing a voice note and just checking in with people, you know, hey, I know that we spoke before, just wondering, you know, are you ready to get started on processing some orders at the end of this month? You know, we've got these bundles where you can get the free shaker still, you know, and just come from your heart, guys. Like, we're here to help and serve people. So when you come from that, you know, follow-ups is exciting, because you know that, you know, if they are ready for it now, they will get back to you. If not, you know, that's fine. Yeah, again, that's cool. Like, you've done your job. They might come back to you in a few weeks or next month. You know, you can still go back to them next month. But until they block you or say no, you just keep checking in with them, okay? You know, and keep like loving on their page as well. So Millie wanted me to talk a bit about my journey and stuff, and it's really, really surreal, because I don't know, I'm just feeling so grateful at the moment, because it is all down to Juice Plus why we were able to have this wedding that we are having. It's all down to Juice Plus that we've been able to actually book our dream honeymoon, and I can't even believe that. I don't think it's going to feel real that we're going to the Maldives until we get there, because it's still like, when people say to me, like, where are you going on for your honeymoon? I'm like, the Maldives? It's like, it doesn't, it's like, I'm like, and I say to people, it doesn't feel real yet. Like, I can't believe it. It's always been our dream, you know, and we weren't sure if we were going to be able to do it, but then we were able to. So it's just been, you know, incredible. And obviously with, you know, the lockdowns have been so hard on all of us, and, you know, with having to postpone the wedding, it's just been like a massive roller coaster for me and DJ, like highs and lows. And really, when we postponed the wedding, I'd probably say like last year was like a really big low for me personally. I think looking back, I probably didn't realize how much I struggled, because I think at the time you don't realize until you look back. So it was really, really tough. So yeah, I think that's why it's just really nice to we can actually get excited now, and I can actually allow myself to get excited, because I know now that nothing's going to change. Like, it's not going to get postponed. Like, I know now it's not going to change. So it's just really nice to allow yourself to get excited. And it's just really weird that we haven't been able to do that because of everything. So it just feels even more special because of that. And anyway, I'm talking about the wedding too much, but really it's just crazy, because when obviously I started Juice Plus, I started as like a 19-year-old, like little girl. I was already with DJ at this point. I think I had met and started dating DJ about 6 months to a year before I found Juice Plus. And it's, you know, it's only blessed mine and DJ's life in so many ways, incredible ways. But I started with, you know, working full time with horses, you know, not having really any money, not having much money. I never, to be honest, I never thought I would get married, to be honest with you all. Like, and DJ knows this, like I'm sure mum won't mind me saying, but obviously my mum and dad are divorced. They divorced when I was very young. I never thought, I just didn't really know if I really believed in marriage. I thought, you know, I don't know. Anyway, I wasn't the sort of little girl that grew up dreaming of my wedding my whole, like when I was young. I was never that. I was just always dreaming about the horses. But obviously then when I met DJ, and then obviously, as you know, I think when you meet the right one, you know, it just feels right. So, you know, and I believe that everything that we've experienced through Juice Plus, through the, you know, the mindset work that you do and the manifestation and the, you know, believing in yourself is, like I say, it's blessed our relationship so much. And I know that it's not only the income through Juice Plus, but it's the people through Juice Plus, and like I say, it's the mindset. And being able to
no, she's just run up to grab some.
and being able to dream and actually dreaming and believing that you can have like these things and you can work towards them. And so I think it's just been amazing. So I don't even know what I'm saying. But yeah, I guess from when I started, it's been like obviously 10 years, 9 years in Juice Plus, 10 years with DJ. And it's crazy because obviously now I'm 29, I'm going to be 30 this year, and I'm so excited to like actually go into the new decade with Juice Plus and being a Mrs. Stanway. But it's very, very exciting. And what I love about Juice Plus and everything about it and the business is that it just weaves into every single part of your life. Like, things have been so crazy the last week or two with the wedding planning and everything, and just things are getting really busy. But, you know, I said to mum yesterday, we were in Bury yesterday I picked up my wedding dress, and we just like had a quick drink, like a coffee, and we sat down. I was just like, mum, I'm so grateful for Juice Plus. Like, you know, that mum's able to come with me to these appointments. Like on the Monday, we were able to go to the wedding venue and we didn't have to keep checking the time. We could be there. And we, poor DJ had been on his stag do, and I said to DJ, I was like, we won't be there long, will we? And I was like, no, I reckon like an hour. We were there for like 3 hours because I was just so excited. So poor DJ was hungover from his stag do. But, you know, it just, you know, all the hard work over the years and all of the shit and all of the tears and all of the frustration, like, you know, when it comes to a time like this, it just makes me feel so grateful for never giving up in the dip or in the hard times, or when you, like, people are negative. Like, I got so much shit when I first started Juice Plus, you know, but I knew what I wanted and I wasn't going to let anyone or anything get in my way or stop me. But look at what can happen when you don't give up. I was actually just talking to someone in the team about it today. Like, she's now just signing up a teamie and she's really excited. You know, she's had a tough time, and I said to her, like, but I'm so proud of you because you didn't give up. You know, I think when things get a bit difficult, like, and mum's always said this to me with the horses, just never ever quit on a bad day. You know, you're going to have bad days. You know, it's not always going to be sunshine and roses every single day. It's not going to be easy. That's life. But you don't just quit when it gets hard. You know, give yourself a couple of days, you know, take a step back for a couple of days and then come back to it. Just don't quit, you know, and that's really, I've never quit, guys. You know, and there's been so many times where I've been in tears and I've been frustrated, and there's been so many tough times, isn't there, Millie? Hasn't there, mum? Like, you know, there has been so many tough times. So, but I just feel so filled with so much love and gratitude for the time freedom for Juice Plus, to be able to enjoy this time in the lead up to the wedding, like I say, and to be able to actually have mum with me come to the appointments, because we can just soak it all up and enjoy this time. So it's just amazing, and I'm determined to still keep working. So I put on my stories the other day, like, although things, you know, the wedding's coming up, I just wanted everyone to know, because I don't want anyone, like any potentials anyone, to think that they can't message me. So I've made it very clear. I was like, even though the wedding's coming up, guys, I'm still working. Like, you know, this is my job, this is my full-time income. So still message me, don't worry about it. Just my replies might be a bit slower as we get closer to the wedding. Obviously on the wedding day I'm not going to reply, am I? But you can still message me and I will still get back to you when I can. And it's just, how amazing is that we can still work it around these life events. And I can imagine when I, you know, if I do go on to have children, I can imagine how it will sort of weave into that lifestyle and everything with that as well. Like, so it's just a very exciting time, and just feeling very grateful for Juice Plus and obviously the products as well, because I feel amazing. And I've been really using the products, been working really hard with my eating and using all of the products, been really consistent, been smashing the gym, and I feel absolutely incredible from the products. So grateful for the products as well. Was there a question? What would you say you did differently after you felt like you wanted to quit? Good question. What would you say? I would probably say, when I feel like that, I talk about it, I think. So I would talk to Millie or my mum or DJ. And
well, I think well, I'll help you here, Amy, because I know what you do. You think of the options.
Yeah.
What are the options?
What's my alternative?
What is your alternative?
What would I rather do? Sorry.
What is really going to work as good as this? You know what? Write down the good things about it. Write down the shit things about it. But yeah, you always you'll say, I'm never working for anyone else. I'm not working in a normal job again. That is not an alternative. So therefore, it's this or nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Mum. But Mum's really good. She's always been really good at helping, you know, because I've had conversations with Mum about this with horses and with my tough times with the horses, and I think that has massively set me up for this business, because, you know, show jumping horses for a living isn't an easy job either. And, you know, you go to shows, you put that work in, and then you have a really shit day at the show and the horses don't perform or whatever, but you just know it's just not my day today. You have to go back, you still have to put the work in again, and you go back to another show. So it's just about, yeah, thinking like, what's your alternative? And like, there's no other network marketing company that I'd ever want to do. Like, it's always going to be Juice Plus. And then what other business or job opportunity or anything is going to give you the life that this can, you know, the chance to be at home, to work from anywhere from your phone. Like, for me, it's the freedom that keeps me going, because yeah, it's just the freedom for me is everything. It's priceless. Even if you know, it doesn't even really necessarily matter about the money. It's the fact that I can be at home and I can design my day. That's everything. So I hope that helps. Oh, another one. These are great questions, Nina. Thank you. What are the mistakes you have learned from? Oh, very good question. I love this question. I feel like there's been so many. There's been so many. Oh, so many things I could look back on and think, oh, like, I could have done that different. But I think I could be very hard on myself, and I can be very like that negative voice in my head can almost beat myself up so much. So it's something that I've had to be aware of, like that critic inside of us. We all have this critic inside of us, and I can be very self-critical of myself, almost so that I am my own worst enemy. I can be really bad at that. So I have to be very careful at looking at in the past and looking at mistakes. And I'm always very like, I always would blame myself. I always would. That's almost a bad thing. So like I say, I then lose confidence in myself. So it's something that I've had to learn to, sometimes you have to make mistakes, and sometimes you have to do these things to come out the other end, or to learn that lesson, or to then become that person that you are now. And it's really important that you don't look back and focus on that too much, because that's in the past, that's done, that's gone. You can't even change that anyway. All you can do is try and think, how can I, in the future, how can I do that differently? But I think that I've probably been hurt in the past by team, and I have to be really make sure that in the future I don't like treat other people differently, because at the end of the day, they've not hurt me. Like, I can't treat other people differently just because of how people have treated me in the past, if that makes sense. It's a bit like if you have a boyfriend who's awful to you years ago, but then you behave or you treat your current boyfriend in a certain way because of past boyfriends. Like, you can't do that. Do you know what I mean? You have to like give people the chance until they, you know, you have to trust them or give them the chance until they prove to you otherwise. And I think the thing that I've learned is, like, if team are going to leave, they're going to leave. Like, there's nothing that you can do. And I think that's really one thing that's really freed me is, you know, I could be like the best upline, and I could be like putting, you know, we could have the best community events, like be their like best friend, meet up with them because this is what's happened in the past, and they still leave, and that's fine. And I think it's just about learning that it's just that's their journey, and this is my journey, and be thankful for the time that you were in the business together and you were building together and having all that fun together. Just be grateful for that time, and then get excited about the new people that you're going to be helping and the new people you're going to make memories with. And I think it's just understanding that not everyone sees this for the long haul. Like, a lot of people want to come in, make money, and then when it gets hard they just want to quit, and that's fine as well. That's just, a lot of people want to do that, unfortunately. And I think a lot of people did do that from lockdown, because a lot of people that were doing it in lockdown are now, well, in my team anyway, are now no longer around. You know, they earned all the money in lockdown and then they've disappeared. So I think that I probably find hard, or is a mistake maybe, that where maybe I don't know, I would just react differently now. I would just be like, yeah, that's cool, wish you luck.
But what about, like, you know, your customers? Oh, sorry. So you talked about like the mistake you made about like with your team, and then like the self-criticism, but then like what about the actual customers though? Like, so the people who are just customers but they're not like team members, like what would you say is your biggest mistakes with just the customers?
Good question, Nina. Customers, I feel like I've always been really good with customers, and I've always, mistakes probably with customers, if anything, it would be like over the years, it'd be like letting a reorder go out by accident, probably. Like, who's done that? Yeah. And then you're like, oh, sorry. And I've just had like in the past, I've just said, you know, I don't blame it on Juice Plus. I think it's bad to do that. I say like, I just own up, and I'm just like, that's totally my bad. Like, normally I check my office and I'm seeing when the reorders are going out, but I'm so sorry, I've missed yours, and I just apologize. And I just say, look, you know, I can help you send it back if you don't want it, or you can refuse it. You know, if you refuse, when the postman delivers it, if you refuse it, it will go back straight away. And that's the quicker way to do it. If not, if you can't do that, then, and if you don't want it, then, you know, you or I can ring up the office and we can get that sorted for you. And I just sort of offer that straight away. I said, or obviously you can keep it. Sometimes they say they'll keep it, and obviously we continue on. Sometimes they do send it back, and I just apologize, because I'm just like, that is my that is my fault. I can't, you know, I'm not gonna bullshit, sorry for swearing, but I'm not gonna blame it on Juice Plus either and go, oh, it was Juice Plus's fault, because I don't want to talk Juice Plus down. I don't want them to lose faith in Juice Plus. That's my fault. So I would usually own up on that, or I'd maybe like offer them a sample. Like, if they did decide to keep the products, and I'd be like, you know, can I offer you a sample, you know, to sort of apologize for the inconvenience. But yeah, you know, sometimes I literally just had a girl message me the other day and said she wanted to cancel her capsule order. She's on the capsules for her skin, like for her acne. She's been on them for like over a year, or maybe 2 years now, because since lockdown. Because of money. And I said, that's absolutely fine, yeah, of course, we'll get that cancelled for you. I said, maybe you could drop down to the fruit and veg or berries if it's just money, and then you can, at least you're still getting the benefits. And she said that for now she just wants to leave it completely, and she said that she'll come back obviously if she wants to get back on them. I said, yeah, that's absolutely fine. So it's always about leaving that relationship open, and then they'll come back. And I believe that she will come back, because I know her skin, and I know that she'll be back. And sometimes customers need to go through that journey. They need to think, is this actually really working? Sometimes they need to come off it, and then they're like, actually, yeah, I need this. And then they value it even more. It's happened so many times. Like, even my brother was so skeptical with Juice Plus back when we first started, and I bought him Juice Plus for Christmas. He was devastated. I was really excited. I was like, I think it must have been something they said at an event, like, you know, Juice Plus, get him a Christmas present. So I bought Joe Juice Plus for Christmas, and he was quite skeptical about it. And then he started using it, and then he thought, oh, I'm not really feeling a difference. So he came to the end of what he got, stopped using it. And it was only a few weeks after he stopped using it that he realised that his energy levels wasn't as good. He was like sleeping after work, and that his gums started to bleed again. And I remember him sort of saying, maybe that Juice Plus stuff does work. And he got back on it, and I think that's when he signed up to the business and ordered it himself. And he's been on it ever since. So I just always remember that. And I know that sometimes people have to come off it to come back on. It doesn't always happen. But it's just understanding, really. Like sometimes people might message you and say about cancelling an order, and it might just be an excuse, but they might have something else really going on as well. So I think it's just about not thinking about yourself, like, oh, I've lost a customer. It's about just thinking for them, or maybe offering them another product that might suit them better. Whenever the reorder does come up on the office, I always send them a message, and I've got a message that I use, and it's just letting them know that their reorder is coming up on this day for your premium capsules. You know, I just want to check in. Would you like it to be sent, or would you like it to be delayed by a little while, or would you like to try a different product? And I'll list, you know, so whatever. So if they're on the premium, I'll say, you know, would you like to try another product? We've got vegan omegas, we've got energy drink, you know, so I'll list the other products. And I do sometimes have people then say, oh, I'd like to try this time, or I'll add this on, or no, I'm happy to stick with what I've got, or oh, can I just delay it by a month or two, because maybe for, you know, they've not been using it all up, or for whatever reason. So that works really well. And if you delay it, then you obviously then check back in with them another month or two's time, whenever the date is, and then you use the same message. And then again, that might be a different time for them. They might want to try a different product then, or add something in, or something like that. So I'll probably say that would probably be my answer to mistakes with customers. I'll probably say, I think that's what comes to mind at the moment anyway. Yeah, be real with people, definitely. Yeah, so Zaina said, is it Zaina? Is that right? Did I say that right? Yeah, what was it?
Zana.
It's Zana. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I wasn't sure. Zana. You come off the capsules, and then you obviously had your breakout, and then yeah, you went back on them and never stopped. Exactly. See, so this happens so much, and sometimes we forget how we used to feel before we used to be on them. So yeah, 100%. I think even I came off. I think we ran out. What did we run out? This was like a few months ago. We ran out of something. I think it was the fruit and veg capsules, and I think me and DJ were just on the berries and the omegas for a little while, because I was just waiting for the orders to come through, because I think I'd been doubling up, and I really felt a difference. And I was a bit like, will I feel, you know, do I need to really be on all of these capsules like all of the time? I've been on 9 years. Yes, I do. Like, I really felt a difference. Like, it's my energy, the fruit and veg. I really felt for my energy, and I was like, I didn't like it. I was like, yeah, I'm so happy these have arrived. I need them. I need to be on all of them, because I really felt a difference, even just from coming off, like even just going back down to the berries and omegas, just because we'd run out for a few weeks. So yeah, it's crazy. I think that I value my health so much, and that's why I love these products. And I think sometimes people value their health for a period of time, or a time when they've got something coming up, but they don't always value their health all of the time, like all year round, if you know what I mean. So because I do have customers that will come back at like certain times of the year and then just order again, and then but they're not always there all of the time, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's just about always being consistent, always being there, and always leaving the door open to come back. So I don't know if I really answered what you really wanted me to cover, Millie, but if anyone has any other questions, or if you want to ask me anything, or you want me to, I don't know, let me know if you want me to talk about anything else.
Yeah, no, I just think it's so insightful just to know, like, the guys like know where you've come from. It's been such an amazing journey, and you know, this is a massive thing that's happening next week. It's a huge life event, and you know, to get to that point where, you know, you're so chilled. Like, I just, you know, I've thought about it a lot, and how, like, you know, my other friends have been married, and I know that they're so stressed to death going to work, picking things up, chasing the kids, like trying to squeeze everything in. And like you say, like, you know, you've been able to go to the shop yesterday. Like, I think sometimes, as you know, we're full time with Juice Plus, it's easy to take that for granted because it's just what we do. But when you really think about it, guys, like imagine if you had that freedom. Someone once said to me, they said, Millie, you've got the most incredible life. You've got an amazing income, you love what you do, and you've got all the time in the world to do what you want. Like, you can work your business. And it was that moment that made me realize, like, you know, I've got a really good life. I've got a really good life. And, you know, just hearing you saying that, Ames, just makes me so grateful, because over the years we've been able to say yes to so many things, like, and in an ordinary life we wouldn't. And everyone can have that. Everyone on this call can have that.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say with the whole, you know, thing about don't quit, you know. And that's really all we've ever done, isn't it, Millie? Like, it's just, no matter, I don't know if you guys have had, I'm sure you've all had tough times. I have, Millie has, but do you know what, Millie and my mum, and obviously DJ, but they've always been there for me through the tough times. Like, there's been times at events where I've been upset and crying, and Millie's been there. Millie always seems to find a way of finding me if I've been like that, like whether it was like an event or whatever it might be. But she always like seems to be, it's just weird how that happens, isn't it, like with the universe. So, you know, I just want you guys to know, like, it hasn't been easy. And if you're like struggling, or you've had struggles, like you're not the only one. It's just about not quitting and having that grit and determination to not quit, and don't let those people win. Like, I don't want anyone to ever look and think, oh, I knew that she wouldn't stick at that. You know, I'm like, I'm still here, I'm still doing it, like, and I'm never going to quit. And I know that I'm in the best opportunity ever. So yeah, it's just amazing. And I completely agree. With you, Millie, like, I'm just so grateful for the life, for, you know, go on, Mum.
I just think, Amy, that maybe you should just touch on how busy you were when you were working with the horses.
Yeah.
Yet you still managed to fit, because it's very easy for people to see that you girls and I are full time in this business. Yeah. But no one really knows what we used to go through, what we used to do, or what you used to do, and how you used to fit it in. Yeah. I mean, you always laughed and said that you stopped watching Phil Mitchell in EastEnders and started watching John Holowatty. And I mean, that is just so true. Yeah. It really is. I mean, you know, so I just think you were just potentially what was your day like? I used to drag you out of bed at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I think my life was just a bit like I was obsessed with Juice Plus. It was the first, you know, still is.
I'm asking you to go back a bit further. You were just all about horses, obviously, but you could only put £5 worth of petrol in the car.
Yeah.
And just explain that, you know, you were difficult to get up in the morning, but when you got up, you rode 8 horses a day. And I'd got 3 children that I was looking after because I was a childminder. And we went off to shows. You drove the horse box and I followed along behind in the car. Or I was in the car in the lorry with you, and Matt followed behind in the car because the kids wanted to be in the lorry. And when we got to the show, you got out with the horses and I got out with 5 kids.
I know. And that was really hard. I look back and I think, I don't know how we did that with all the horses and all the kids. And then, obviously we then added Juice Plus into that as well. But yeah, like, it's crazy, isn't it? Like, I think I used to even sometimes drive off to shows on my own with a lorry load of horses, all the stuff in, sort of quite a few hours away. And I'd have a few young girls with me who would help him. And Mum would come up to the show a few days later because you weren't able to, because Mum was working. You had the childminding children. And yeah, I just think, oh my God, that's crazy. Like, how brave and confident I was. Like, I do think now, oh my God, I'd be a bit nervous to do that now. But back then, I think, I don't know, like, when you're younger, you just do it, don't you? You don't really, don't know. I never really remember being nervous about it. I just did it. And I guess when you're doing it all the time, though, that was just the norm for me. So yeah, and it's crazy. Is that the sort of thing you want? Is that anything else?
Yeah, I mean, and then like how you fitted Juice Plus in around it, like you were so busy, like, you know, because obviously there's going to be people on the call and they've got kids and jobs and husbands and dogs, and like, how did you fit it all in?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I know I used to definitely stay up later at night, because what I found was the products gave me energy, and I was able to, I built a lot of my business. I'd finish the yard and I would just, get that done. And then I would get in on the evening. I might go to the gym or something, but then, from sort of like I usually up till about 11, 12 p.m. at night, I would be working on my business sort of from, the evening all the way through, really. And I just decided, like, I think it was because I started going to the events that I saw the vision, I saw the bigger picture, and I just was really hungry to have more. And I really wanted to be an MD. I wanted to change my life. I wanted to take control of my future. I was really driven. I was really hungry. So I wasn't, this was at the stage where I wasn't just wanting to earn a few extra £100 a month. Like, I was wanting to change my life. That's when I really, sacrificed time with, I can remember like friends and stuff used to, to be honest, I think I stopped going out with my friends as much, because I would literally think, if I got invited out, I'd think, night out to cinema or whatever it was with my friends, or
even with DJ.
Yes, or I could be building my business. That still is my thought process, but that was massively my thought process then, because my time was precious, and I was just so driven and hungry for more. And I think I'd also lost my horse around this time as well, and I'm the sort of person that I think in tough times it almost motivates me even more. And again, even around the time, I don't remember when I lost poker, but TJ did say to me the other day actually that I wasn't myself for a little while. I don't even remember that. But so I think it took me because I know I talk about how when I lost poker that really drove me with Juice Plus, but DJ reminded me that I wasn't myself for a few weeks, and I kind of forget that. So then it was after that I then really put everything into Juice Plus. So it wasn't like straight away. So what I mean is, if you're going through a tough time, or you lose someone or something, don't expect to do it straight away. Maybe give yourself a bit of time, and then you can really go. So I just think I need to go and answer the door, because
was it you?
Gone.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
No, go. It's fine, babe.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah. I'll just
I'll just quickly carry on. Basically, I mean, she had the horses to do. I had the childminding, and she rode the horses, and I would untack them and tack them up, ready for the next one. And the children played with hay nets or the ponies or whatever they did, all of that sort of thing. And they used to go to the gym before she went and started on the horses, and had the energy to do that, and was absolutely amazing with all that energy, and then rode the horses harder. But while she was cooling the horses off and walking them round, she was on her phone. While she was waiting for a water bucket to fill up, she was on her phone. When she was sitting down waiting for me maybe to finish tacking up or doing what I was doing, or she was just sitting for a minute, she was on her phone. When she walked the horses out across the field and brought them back again, she was on her phone. That's what she did. But if you look at everyone in society now, they're doing that anyway. And they'll all tell you they don't have time. But if you really, really want time, you'll find time. So I used to sit outside the school. I used to get there an hour earlier so that the 3 children in the car would fall asleep, and I would crack on with with messages or whatever I was doing. And we always find time. I always get Matt to drive the car because I can sit as a passenger. These are all little things. This is how we managed to build it. But I used to go to bed, just like Amy. I used to go to bed between 8 and 9 every night. I was exhausted, just like Amy was. And I hear the girls say all the time now at the stables, I'm so tired, And I got on the products and I gained 3 hours a day. Because at 9 o'clock, instead of 8:30, 9 o'clock, instead of going to bed, I was still awake at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. So I gained 3 hours a day, 3 7s are 21. That's nearly a full day in a week I gained. And so did Amy. That's what she did. That's what we did. We had so much more energy. We felt so flipping amazing that's what we did. And again, we went out to the pubs, didn't we, Amy? And sat in the coffee shops, or the pubs, should I say. And we went to car boot sales.
Well, we were doing like meetings and events like nearly, obviously every week, but it would be like quite a few times a week, weren't there? Every week we were doing like events.
It became 3 times a week, and then we
Yeah.
did in-house parties and all that sort of thing in the evenings. And that was when we were working full time.
Yeah, that was yeah.
You know, with the childminder and with the horses.
Yeah.
That's how we fit it in, and I'm sure all of you, if you think about it, how you fit it in. Yeah, we didn't have blitz.
That is the best time, because that's when, you know, you're most relatable, is when you are fitting it in around a full-time job, because you know, all of you with a job right now, you know, you can say, well, that's what I'm doing, I'm fitting in around a full-time job. So, you know, it's a lot more relatable. It's the best time to do it for sure.
And I remember soon after we lost poker, and you had the chance to go to Nice.
Yeah, this is a big thing, because I really didn't want to go. Well, I was really nervous about going to Nice, and it was really weird for me because I would never be away from my horses for that long, because Poker was the sort of horse that needed riding like every day, and if he had like a few days off, then he'd be quite fresh, and didn't, you know, so I'd never be away from my horses for more than that long.
You'd fall off, basically.
Yeah.
Because he could be a bit if he wasn't kept drilled. So yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, so I remember having conversations with Mum about Nice, and I don't even really remember what the conversations were, but just something along the lines of that I was nervous to go, but I think you encouraged me to go, didn't you? And I remember DJ was encouraging me to go, and I think even going out the door, my suitcase, I was like, I don't want to go, just because I was so nervous about traveling on my own. Like, I then went to my team member's house, who was Bonnie, who was one of my first team members, but we'd never met at this point. And so I was flying with someone I'd never met. So I was really nervous about it. But, you know, that was the convention that changed my life. I came home from that convention, and I kept watching the Nice highlights video till like, I don't know what time in the morning with DJ, and I was absolutely buzzing. So that was really what gave me that momentum.
I love that, Amy. I'm just trying to find the Nice highlight video. And I'm gonna play it at the end, and everyone can watch it. What's it called? Nice Juice Plus. I think it's that top. It's just so inspiring, isn't it? Like single decisions can literally change everything. Just one moment. And I just think, you know, events have really been, like, for me, definitely the moments that have solidified everything that I'm doing. And, you know, similarly to you, like I'd been to Reading, I'd been to some other events, but I didn't really know what Juice Plus was back then. And when we went to that convention, of course, you know, that was the first time I met you, wasn't it? Was it in the airport?
Yeah, I remember.
And then, do you remember we got there and like there was no hotels, and do you remember like they'd got all the hotel rooms wrong? We were like, oh my God, we haven't got anywhere to stay. Like, it was hilarious because Katie invited us over there, didn't she? And I think there was about 7 of us. There was like me, Daisy, Claire. There was about 7 of us in one room at one point, like sharing one double bed. Marianne was on the floor with her head around the toilet. You know, it was so much fun. And that's it, like, you know, you've just got to go, just say yes, and you'll never regret it. And, you know, we've had some of the best times, and they do say that it's not at the convention, it's after, you know, out of the room, when you get in your coffees and you're meeting people. You just never know who you're going to bump into. And when I got invited to Arizona, I got invited to a lunch with a friend who was in the business and his team, and I sat on a table. And he said to me, you do know who you're sitting next to, don't you? And I was like, not a clue. And I'd been chatting away to this woman, and she was like, so, like, what's going on in what's building for your business? He was like, that's Cheryl Cortese. She's the #1 earner in Juice Plus. And I was like, the #1 female earner. So she's like basically the female Jeff Roberti. And I've been sat there rabbiting away to her for like half an hour. He was like, you do know who that is, don't you? And I was like, not a clue. So you just never know. Like, you just never, ever know, guys. And I think for both of us, you know, when I got invited to that event, Amy, like, I was very like, oh, I don't know, like foreign country, people I don't know, or scary. But it solidified our friendships. We found this mission together, and it's ever since then, like, nothing has got in the way. And you guys have got to get together and, you know, create relationships with each other, with your team members. And you do that at events. It's all good being on these calls, but it's at the events where, you know, we share those moments and we have the celebrations, and it really is incredible. Yeah, so well, Ames, thank you so much. This has been such a beautiful call. Like, you have just blossomed into the most incredible leader, and it's been just amazing to watch you on your journey. It's so inspiring. Like, you inspire me every day. Like, you know, they say, don't they, to bring people into your team, and you want people that are better than you, and that is absolutely what Amy is. Like, you are just incredible, and I'm blessed to have you in the team. Oh, hi Deej. Yo.
Come here.
Say hey.
My last team Zoom was a miss.
Yeah.
Woo.
Hey everyone.
Woo.
Hi Deej.
Hey.
What would you say? I know you want to eat your food, but quickly, like compared to when I first started Juice Plus and when I was first with you to now, what would you like to say?
What do you mean?
What would you like to say?
In regards to what? As in like how you were in the business at the beginning to how you are now?
Yeah.
Or, well, yeah, obviously a lot more confident.
More confident now.
Yeah, definitely. Well, not before, were you, obviously.
No, okay. Right. You want to say anything else?
I feel like proper on the spot.
I just mean like if you think back to like our life before Juice Plus and like what has Juice Plus given to us as a couple?
Security, I'd say. Like, cool. Yeah, definitely security. Yeah, just freedom that you'd be able to work from home and do everything on your own time, and provide and do everything you need to do, and go to the gym and look after the pup, and help me out.
It's help with the wedding, isn't it?
Well, yeah, massively help with the wedding. So we wouldn't have been able to do a lot of stuff that we planned and booked without it. So definitely a massive help there. So yeah, definitely through like all the lockdowns as well, because obviously a lot of people struggled through that, and everyone on JP managed to really smash it because it was perfect for such a time. So yeah.
And what about any like events and stuff? Obviously we've been to so many events together and had so much fun. And
too many events.
I couldn't even imagine our life without it now.
I know. I love going to the events more just to see everyone. It was like
what about Palmer? When you went on the little
when you won that prize.
Yeah, I won what is it? I think it was €1,000 off that Dan Holzman, wasn't it?
Yeah, you won €1,000. Oh my god.
That was good fun. That was like, but I wasn't actually supposed to be on that
trip. What? Just checking if Pascal's eating his food.
He can't because he's trying. Yeah, so I wasn't supposed to be on that. I was actually at work the day before, and then I managed to get like a spare ticket, and literally the next day I went.
That was a last minute thing, wasn't it? And I think you could have easily have not gone though, but you were like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, so I managed to like bullshit work and went. And yeah, so but it was great. Like that was, for me, is probably there was like the smallest group, but it was like,
yeah, for
me that was like the core of JP. Like those people then, some of them are still around now, and like that's a connection that you can't really beat.
Yeah. Thanks, babe.
Yeah, I'm worried the dog's gonna eat my eggs, at which point I'm gonna have to kick him through a window. So yeah, any more questions?
No, that's all right. Thanks,
Can
babe.
I go? All right.
We're getting married!
No. Are we?
Are you sure you want to be stuck with me for life?
I want this question.
Amy, don't
It's a bit late for that.
Week out.
Hey, that feels like actually now I've changed my mind.
I keep saying to him sometimes, I'm like, you're getting cold feet. Are you sure you want this for the rest of your life?
Yeah, but she asked those questions at like midnight when I'm asleep. Like, what's that about?
Oh.
I'm like falling asleep, and Amy's like, do you still love me?
I do the same every night.
Why do you love me? Like, why?
Listen, and you said at the wedding venue the other day, you said it's going to be so good tomorrow on Wednesday. You said DJ said, yeah, it's going to be fun, and you said, fun? It's going to be more than fun. But poor DJ had just come back from his stag do, hadn't he? And he was being dragged for 3 hours around the venue. We'd already been round 6 times.
Yeah, I know, Mum. I got that on camera, and I did think, oh God, I was a bit stern then. I need to be careful. Scandinavia, apparently.
Oh, you have to let them know where their place is, don't you? Oh, well, listen, it's been such a wonderful call. Like, it's just been really nice to just to have a bit more of you and just to hear the, you know, the real raw ups and downs, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows, and that's it. Like, and I think the real thing is just, you know, don't quit on yourself. Like, the business doesn't not work, you don't work for the business. If the business isn't growing, it's because you're not working, and it's simple. And, you know, we've all been through ups and downs. There's been periods of the business, not so many for me, but there has been times, especially like similar to you, Amy, last year, where it was just hard. Like, I was burnt out and I just didn't want to work, and I was tired, and then I stopped, and then the business drops. And, like, you know, if you can be honest with yourself and just say, I haven't asked the question, you know, then you can progress. If you blame everything else, and there's this thing where you blame your upline, your team members, my customers have left, did you look after them? My team are not doing anything. And like Amy said, it's so important, you know, to meet people where they're at. If your customers can't afford it, don't try and force it down their throat. Meet them where they're at. If they can't, let them go, and they will come back. You know, it's so important. It's the same with team members as well. And just be really, really, really real and honest, and just allow things. Don't create excuses and boundaries and limitations. Just allow it to flow. And your business is a reflection of your mindset and what you believe that you're capable of. And if you truly believe that you can get to PMD, you will, guys. Like, it's just a decision. You know, you hear it all the time. Simon Bowler says, you just got to make that decision, and it's a single decision that you then go to work. And there is a big difference between doing Juice Plus and working for Juice Plus. You know, if you're ready to work, you can literally you can change your life, guys. This time next year, if you get to work every day, like Amy and I, when we first joined this business, nothing got in the way. I used to get home from work and sit at the end of my bed with my food in a bowl, typing away as I was eating, like, said no to my friends, rarely didn't go out for the year, and I was tunnel visioned. I was like, I want this, I'm hungry, and I wanted that lifestyle. So don't look left, don't look right, and just paint that picture for what you want, and use Amy's story tonight as a true, like, example of what you can really do. This has been like 9 years, guys. Like, you know, within the first 2 years, Amy created financial freedom for herself. 2 years of solid work. That's not like doing a bit here, having 3 days off. It's working. You know, we did so many things. And, you know, like Amy said before, when things didn't go right, we didn't give up. We just tried something new. We're like, right, this ain't working, try something different. This ain't working, let's try something new. And we didn't ever wait. There's no one telling us what to do. So just get brave, and, like, obviously speak things out with us and your uplines, and just get out there and do it. If you never try it, you don't know. And I really, truly believe that if we get on doing little opportunity events, you know, one-to-ones, calls, I believe that this could be something different. You know, don't just wait for a Monday night opportunity call. Let's create something, you know, different. Let's create tribes. Like, we do Sunday night fit girl call, sorry. Me and Gail are doing her women's pact call. Like, let's create some other tribes that we can all plug into throughout the week. So amazing call tonight, guys. I'm going to put the niece video on just because I feel like we need it, because it's amazing, just to finish off the call. Just before we do, Amy, I'll obviously speak to you before, but everyone, like, wish Amy an incredible wedding. Some of you might speak to her. Thank you so much for everything, Ames. Like, you're incredible, and I'm going to be crying my eyes out next week seeing you walk down that aisle. Jeanette, I'm going to need a hanky.
God's sakes, for God's sakes. When she walked down the aisle on Monday, I sat there crying. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
I'm so excited. I can't wait. I don't feel like it's real, really. I think about it and I'm like, then I'm like, oh my God, it's real. Like, I'm just so excited, Ames. Every day I wake up and I'm like, put less sleep.
You wait till you see that dress.
Oh God, I'm so excited. I've got goosebumps. Can't wait.
You just wait until you see that dress. I cry every time I've seen her in it.
Oh, and that's it as well, isn't it? Like, you think, how many girls buy a wedding dress and they just settle for it because they can't afford what they truly want?
That's literally what I was about to say, actually. I said this to Mum the other day. Actually, Mum, was the wedding dress all right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because we had to take the dress to Mum's because it had to be set a certain way so it doesn't crease. But literally, just as we were taking it in, I said to you, didn't I? I said, I was so grateful. I was able to go into that shop and I was able to, like me said, I don't know, it's just such an empowering feeling to feel like I can, I don't know what the word is. You know, I'm trying to say that, your Mum.
Like, just choose the dress that you wanted.
Yeah, and I didn't have to worry too much about, you know, the price.
You-
And that's just
Yeah, you know the time when you go into a shop, whether it be for shoes, coat, handbag, whatever it is, and you like to turn the label around to see what price it is, and that's
Yeah.
a horrible thing if it's got either an extra naught on it or an extra one in the front or whatever than what you were expecting. And the fact that you were able to do that, and I mean, you know, I remember you took Tino to Newmarket and he had to have some massive treatment, and you and I went in to pay, and the vets kept talking to me, and I said, no, Amy's paying, and they couldn't believe it, and then you just wrote out, you got your card out and you paid for it. I think it was about £2,000 worth of treatment, just like that. No insurance, no nothing. You just got it out and paid it.
yeah, it's just so, and that's just all down to Juice Plus. Like, and I just think every time it's just like, thank you, Juice Plus.
Yeah, that's what you do. That's what you've said. Thank you, Juice Plus, you know, all the time. And, you know, we do say that, you know, we do say that a lot. And yeah, that's absolutely priceless. That, you know, and yes, you walked out of the shop with your wedding dress and you said then about it, didn't you? As we walked back to the car, you know, thank you, Juice Plus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
All the
inspiring.
time.
I want to get married.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you to Millie and just to all of you guys, and I'm just very excited for the new chapter in my life, and just watch this space, because you know this year is going to be an amazing year and the future years to come, and I'm really excited for where we're all going to be going with Juice Plus. I know where I'm going and I'm really excited for what's to come, and I'm just so excited for this new chapter in my life, this new decade. And for all of you that are going to be a part of it, I'm so excited. And just thank you to all of you that have been part of my journey the last 9 years in one way or another. And thank you to Millie for always being there. And thank you to obviously my mum, who's obviously very special and always been there. And just thank you all so much.
Oh, so nice, Aim. So many memories, so many amazing memories. Like I've got, when I think about it, I look in my head and I'm like, oh, which one shall I talk about? There's so many. It's so wonderful. And that's it. Like, guys, we want you to be a part of that, because, you know, I'll speak for myself, but I'm not going anywhere ever. I'll do this business forever. And there's so many more unbelievable opportunities for you to come and have fun with us that you don't even realize. So get to work and you know, you can come with us. It's, you know, it's we get healthy anyway. Like let's share it and talk about it, and don't be afraid. So I'm going to end with this video because this video means a lot to Amy and I, and hopefully to you guys as well. It's very special. So I'm going to share my screen. Feel really professional doing this. Oh God, not that one. Here it is. Here we go. Okay.
Hi, my name's Emma, and before Juice Plus, I was a single mum struggling to pay the bills.
My name's Chris. Before Juice Plus, I was a personal trainer.
Hi, my name is Katie. Before Juice Plus, I was working in an office.
Hi, I'm Rob. Breathing life is to be financially free so I can take care of my family.
Hi, my name's Emma. Before Juice Plus, I was dreaming of how I could spend more time with my children.
My name is John Hollowatty. Before Juice Plus, I dreamed of financial freedom.
Was just to be able to do what I wanted, to spend money when I wanted to. And now, since I built up my Juice Plus business, despite the fact that I've got 3 small children at home, I can shop in shops like this and not have to do it.
Since using Juice Plus, my body changed in a massive way. So for me, there's nothing that comes close. There's nothing that's on the market that will compete with Juice Plus.
Social media can help you in so many ways. It makes my business run so much quicker. I can connect with people very, very quickly because everybody's on it. Everybody's in the same place and sharing their thoughts and feelings, and what a great way to share Juice Plus on that.
Yeah, one of the major things about Juice Plus is you're not on your own. Everyone joins in together and helps you get you where you want to be. In fact, without the team, the dream won't happen. In our case, the dream does happen.
This is how we do it, guys. This is how we do it. This is how we do it.
You must believe in yourself. This is an opportunity that will take you to another level, your own personal growth, with absolutely everything that your dreams can get you.
Change my life.
Rhinos, all about fun. It's just an amazing journey.
Can you believe I'm just going to stage in front of 2,000 people? It was amazing, and do you know what? If you're not in this business, you need to get involved because it's the most amazing journey of your life. It's incredible.
I've always been ambitious. I've just never had a vehicle. Juice Plus has given me an opportunity, and it's given me a vehicle to gain financial freedom and live the life of my dreams.
Juice Plus has changed my life, and if I can do this, anyone can do this.
My life has changed so much over the last 12 months, and I'm super excited for the future.
Always believe in your own dreams. Never, ever let somebody take your dream away.
You've got this opportunity to change your life today. Just do it.
And you've got to be a little bit crazy too.
Welcome to Juice Plus.
Ah, that's it, guys. Amy, thank you so much for the call tonight. I hope that was inspiring, everybody. And remember, London is coming up soon, guys.
People
and we
say, I need $1 million.
We want to make some really amazing memories with you guys there.
Money? And they say,
so make sure you get your tickets. If you can't afford it, then get to work, go and share what you do, go and invite people. And just to finish off as well, guys, I know it's late. Don't forget about the March incentive. We've got a few days left. It's really important. You guys can do this, even if you're not even anywhere close, even if you're on zero, you've still got plenty of time to do this. What we're on the 23rd, that is September, 30 days, whatever. You've got about a week left. Okay. You've got just over a week. So you can do it, guys. You've just got to believe, decide, commit, get to work. You can do it. And if you want to do it, then message one of us and we can help you make that happen. So have an amazing evening, guys. Thank you so much. Go and send out 5 messages, put up a status. Let's do a quick photo. The last one, Ames. So Nina, put your camera on. Kaylee, I'd love to see your face. Kat and Laura. A few have jumped off. Ames, have you got a light you can put on? I can't, you're a bit dark. Smile, everybody. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Perfect. I'll pop it in the WhatsApp chat. Thank you all so much. It's so great to see you all. What a great call. Thank you for staying. Thanks, Jeanette. Thanks, Amy. Have a wonderful night, you all. And we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
See you later, Ames. See you as a missus.